Everybody saying Chicago drill back to its former glory, and it's worse than ever. That shit is not good if Chicago drill is back to its former glory. They said it's literally worse from when it motherfucking originally came out. And back then, Chicago drill was crazy. So if they saying it's worse now, you know it's really fucked up out here. But let's see how fucked up it really have gotten in these motherfucking streets with this new generation of motherfucking drill rappers.
Chicago drill is one of the most influential movements in modern music, but through the late 10s, its influence died down after losing a lot of the top names to the system and the grave, and watching as pioneers like Chief Keef, G Herbo, and Lil Durk moved on to different styles. King Von turned the city up going into the 20s, but met an early end, leaving a void in the drill world. However, in recent years, Chicago drill has seen a new spike in popularity and coverage. A new crop of rappers has emerged, and they're continuing the legacy of drill. But unlike in 2012, when the rappers were in the streets but mainly stuck to rapping and the drillers mainly stuck to drilling, this time around, some of the rappers involved are also the top drillers. There's video footage to prove it, and self-snitching is running rampant. These stories in the music and around what's happening in the streets.
I ain't gonna bap to you though. Really, it was niggas that's motherfucker that was drilling and rapping back in the day too. It's just them niggas ain't really, they either ain't make it out the hood or they ass just didn't, go far with this rapping shit, so y'all ass just don't know who the fuck they is for real. But motherfuckers been was rapping and drilling, you feel me? Y'all, they just, I feel they just getting more success now, you feel me? But motherfuckers been was trying to do that shit.
Have gained a huge audience, so in this video, we'll take a look at this new era of Chicago drill.
Ooh. Ooh.
Following the passing of Von in late 2020, it was relatively quiet in the city as far as the drill scene was concerned. But a duo called the DCG Brothers took off in the city with two big songs. Lil Zay Osama, who first blew up in 2019, began gaining a new buzz, becoming one of the leading artists in the drill scene. Over on the east side, No Limit Wet came home after beating 4 bodies and began taking rap more seriously, dropping a couple songs that did numbers before eventually changing his name to Drench. One of the biggest artists in this new Chicago drill wave in the early 20s was PGF Nook, who took off with his breakout hit, What Up? He got signed, and with the label behind him, he continued dropping throughout.
I ain't gonna cap to you, it's crazy. Cause Nook ass crashed out. That's why his ass lost his career. He crashed out. A couple rappers crashed out, you feel me? And the crash out is a motherfucker. If you do any dumb shit, any dumbass street shit, knowing you got the opportunity to not be in the streets, bro, that's a fucking crash out right there. It's one of many crash outs, you feel me?
2022 and doing numbers.
Don't do no bap, I bet these facts gon' have them hurt. I told them hoes I'll make them viral, no, gotta do no work.
In early 2023, Mellow Bucks, a new female rapper from No Limit, blew up after dropping a song called Boom that went crazy, racking up millions. She followed this up with a remix featuring Lotto that went even crazier, establishing her as the biggest female rapper in the rack.
I ain't gonna cap to you. If you getting a motherfucking Lotto feature, your ass is most definitely the biggest female rapper from Chicago. Cause I don't think. Come on now, what other female rappers that really went up from Chicago for real? That motherfucking real industry. These industry motherfuckers don't be messing with these female rappers from Chicago. You feel me? Now a singer from Chicago, that's a different story than a rapper, you feel me? Lotto ain't just gonna be doing no features with anybody, folks. You know she got the talent. My bae Lotto ain't just gonna be making music with anyone.
Mello was one of a couple newer No Limit rappers getting shine. No Limit Wet, who had changed his name to Drench, was still doing his thing, and Big Op, also known as No Limit Faro, was also beginning to take rap seriously, and the fans were embracing him. Being the most famous rapper from No Limit, G Herbo would do features with all three of these rappers to help boost what they already had going. This movement in No Limit was part of a new wave forming in the rack. Another rapper in this wave who was closely associated with Big Op was Maftiski. He blew up in late summer off his hit song Catch a Bee, a huge record that made him arguably the hottest new rapper in Chicago. He also had other big records like Munyon and I Like It. The next two artists to take off were YFG Fatso and Von off 1700. In late 2023, Von had two songs that took off in the city, Bia Bia and Free Brick Freestyle. Fatso had a song called Rilo Rod that was also doing numbers during the same time. Going into 2024, both of these artists would really take off in the Chicago scene and beyond.
I ain't gonna cap. Now that I'm thinking about it, Chicago do got lots of rappers. Like, low key, we didn't have no rappers rapping for a good little minute. It was really just the same motherfuckers that been was famous. Now we really got a lot of motherfuckers that's, rapping and shit, really going up and shit. This shit crazy as hell. Chicago back on the come up. But when we be on the come up, it's always because we really out here doing tweaking shit. Niggas be wilding and shit. Hella spit came out my mouth, bro. Well, mouth fast, bro. I'm diabolical.
But at the very end of 2023, the drill scene would end up losing a rapper after Lil Zay Osama went down over a high-speed chase that ended with Zay getting caught with automatic weapons and jewelry that tied him to arriving in New York. In early 2024, Von dropped a huge song called Ops on Deck, his biggest up to that point. Then he did a feature with Maftiski on a song called 3 AM in the Rack that ended up becoming a huge song.
But why he keep on saying Maftiski, folks? I never heard nobody say that shit. It's MAF. MAF gang. I never heard nobody say Maftiski, bro. What the fuck? I don't think he ever heard nobody say no shit like that. You feel me? But if you just reading the shit, I guess he is saying it the right way. If you just going off of words and just reading that shit.
For both of them, racking up over 6 million views at the time of this writing. A few months later, he dropped You Know That, another huge song. Then he teamed up with Maftiski again, along with Big Op, to drop Swing It, and this song also ended up doing millions. Everything about Von was working in his favor. His unique mid-2000s Atlanta beats, his glasses, and the fact that people thought he looked like a nerd, and the fact that he could really rap and make good songs. It all combined.
I ain't gonna cap that glasses shit. That shit really helped him out. That shit really helped him out in his favor. I ain't gonna bap to you. Just because motherfucker, that's the man, like, he raw as hell. But the reason why motherfuckers really stopped and listened to him is because he looked like motherfucking Arthur. So it's like, when you see a motherfucker like that, bro, with guns and a ski mask on, you're gonna stop and like be like, man, let me see what the fuck folks ass talking about. Then he be like, damn, buddy ass spitting in this bitch. Then you just keep on listening to folks after that.
To make him extremely viral, and by April, Von was the biggest new artist coming out of Chicago. At the end of the month, he announced he signed with Columbia. In May, a video surfaced of a drill caught on camera where a man in a shiesty with glasses and skinny jeans hopped out and started blowing. Many people believed it was Von, and this combined with the federal No Jumper interview where Von said he was whacking the ops.
He is killing the ops for. I don't get no fuck. We is killing their ass for. So tell them we is killing for. That's what we doing to the ops for. When they look at us, yes.
But when you say we, you're not saying that you personally want to be involved in anything like this, right?
We, team, whatever you want to call it.
And he used to ride and die.
I ain't gonna cap to you, man. If his ass really out here doing the shit that he say he doing, bro, his ass about the dumbest motherfucker ever if he going on interviews and shit. Like, gang, you already in this bitch rapping about it, right? Now your ass in interviews, motherfucking saying you did this shit, gang. Oh yeah. The motherfucking feds and shit gonna have a field day. They gonna have a field day with these rappers and shit. They just gonna wait for your ass to start motherfucking supplying guns and money to the hood and shit. Hit your ass with a motherfucking Rico. That's what the fuck they like to do to the motherfuckers that like to talk like Von off 1700 on the internet.
Dodge Durangos, the same car that was used in the video, along with the fact that he had several songs talking about whacking an op on camera and at a gas station, led the internet to believe he was either extremely dumb and self-snitching at ARAB levels, or a smart marketer taking advantage of a coincidence to make his music even more viral. Early 2024 was also big for YFG Fatso. In February, he dropped Princeton Freestyle, his biggest song on YouTube to this day. Around the same time, he was seen linking with Durk, who would even announce Fatso had signed to OTF, although Fatso would later reveal that he hadn't actually signed with Durk. Unfortunately, a month after dropping Princeton,
I ain't gonna cap. I kind of figure folks' ass ain't signed to Durk because it's like, bro, Chucky ass had like 2 OTF chains and motherfucking Fatso ain't had 1 OTF chain. Like, that's why I knew folks' ass had to not get signed, because how the fuck he giving Brody 2 OTF chains if folks' ass don't got no OTF chains?
Freestyle, Fatso ended up getting locked up, but he wasn't in for long and got back to dropping music when he got out. Meanwhile, more new artists were still popping up left and right. A rapper called Chucky Wackham blew up with songs like Good Aim and 100 Days and 100 Nights. He hopped on the Philly drill sound and brought his own unique style and voice to it. He was another rapper in the new Chicago drill movement who Durk co-signed.
I ain't gonna cap to you. I never really fuck with Chucky music. But it's like niggas just kept playing his shit so much, his shit started to grow up on me. I still don't understand what the fuck folks ass be saying lots of the time. But I guess, I don't know, his shit growing on me. That's why I could say I never still haven't went out my way to listen to a Chucky song. But when motherfuckers play it, I catch myself nodding my head to the shit now. So I'll be like, I guess this shit growing on me.
Early. Durk would also announce that he was signing Chucky to OTF, and Chucky confirmed that he did actually sign to OTF in his interviews. Spring of 2024 also saw the rise of a new group from the east side called the Bloodhounds. The 3 main rappers in this gang were Bloodhounds.
I mean, you said rise of the new crew. I believe they has been around for a good little minute. I ain't gonna bap to you. It's just motherfuckers ain't know about them, man. I ain't gonna sit here and cap to you. I ain't know about their ass till they went viral. You feel me? It's lots of shit like in Chicago. Like I feel like niggas ain't gonna. Lots of niggas don't be knowing about all that shit. Like niggas be thinking everybody know about some shit because it's in Chicago. I ain't gonna bap. I ain't know about the Bloodhound shit till Lil Jeff came out, and then when Lil Jeff came out and his ass was rapping, that shit came on. Bro, who the fuck is this nigga, bro? They just be letting anybody rap. I ain't gonna cap to you because I ain't gonna bap. I was not fucking with Lil Jeff music at first. It sounded like folks ass is just talking. Just talking. That's what it sounded like.
Lil Jeff, Vert, and Bloodhound Q50. There was also Lil Scoom 89, a rapper closely affiliated with the Bloodhounds, and he also gained a buzz around the same time. Scoom was also closely affiliated with other up-and-coming rappers like Mav Tiski and Big Op.
Man, rest in peace that boy Lil Scoom. Quick little fun fact, if y'all ain't know, Lil Scoom actually grew up in the neighborhood that I lived in. Okay, now the neighborhood that I lived in is not where I'm from. I'm from 90th and Commercial, which is literally around the corner from where School and shit from. But I literally lived like a couple, you feel me? They lived over there inside the motherfucking, over on Roadblock. I lived over on Buffalo. They stayed right behind motherfucking Thorpe School. And I stayed in front of Thorpe School, you feel me? But I never met Schoom ass though. But motherfuckers that Lil Schoom, you know, been around, you know, I know them niggas, but also I'm older than Lil Schoom. So the motherfuckers that I know is motherfuckers around my age. Lil Schoom is younger than me. And I didn't stay over there for that long. I lived over there for like my sophomore, no, I was over there from my freshman all the way to my junior year. Then I ended up moving.
He took off before any of the Bloodhound members, dropping a song called Nightcrawler in late December of 2023 that went crazy in the city. In early 2024, he dropped a song called Buttonland, and this record also took off. As previously mentioned, Scoom had close ties to the Bloodhounds, and around the time his name started gaining attention, a Bloodhound member called Lil Jeff was also beginning to gain attention on his own. Lil Jeff initially began making noise after dropping a song called Ah, that's believed.
I'm assuming folks ass don't know what Scoom ass is. Cause it's like he just keep on saying, oh, he associated with Bloodhound. You know, Scoom ass, bro, over there from Roadblock, folks. Folks ass is from Roadblock. His ass is cool with Bloodhound and them. But y'all ass just don't know. Y'all ass just, oh shit, Bloodhound on game. Well, what the fuck? I think they call him GEMB. I don't know what the fuck they call that shit, but that's over there, Roadblock on game. That's what folks ass from. And they ass over there, those motherfuckers be stones and shit. I don't know if folks ass is stone, but I know lots of they ass over there be stones.
Believed to be about a double homie Lil Jeff was behind, because in the song he raps about walking in lids with two hats and making people pay the consequence for something they did. Throughout early 2024, Jeff continued to build a following off of rap and the alleged bodies he was racking up in the streets, becoming known for self-snitching on live, announcing his body count, and implicating himself in all types of crimes, from robberies to drills. His homies Q50 and Vert were right beside him the whole time, and the entire Bloodhound group was gaining motion. They had all types of beef in the streets, but would also find themselves in rap beef with fellow up-and-coming artist YFG Fatso.
Taking my key and I'll never forget little buddy. Stay on the line, his rap, that boy don't clap her, school put a diss out for me.
Their problems began over a petty disagreement about lyrics. Scoom heard Princeton freestyle by Fatso and thought he had taken lyrics from his hit Nightcrawler. But Fatso had made the song way before he put it out, and there's even an unreleased version of Princeton freestyle on YouTube uploaded before Scoom put out Nightcrawler. But Scoom accused Fatso of taking his lyrics and started taking shots at him online. Lil Jeff jumped into the beef, and he and Scoom began dissing Fatso on IG. Scoom dissed Fatso on an unreleased song that surfaced on YouTube.
That's my boy right there. Shout out Mari. Folks ass Blockstar. That's his name on YouTube. His ass actually a rapper. He actually, I ain't gonna cap to you. Out of all the motherfuckers over there, I thought folks ass, I still feel folks ass gonna blow from over there. Like y'all ass, Scoom ass blew up. But I always said, folks ass raw as hell. If y'all take the time, go check out folks. And and for motherfucker ass, I say they ass. I don't even care if they cool people, none of that shit. But folks ass actually raw as hell. And he cool peoples too.
And Fatso responded in a song that also surfaced unreleased. Fatso was a bigger artist, but Scoom and Lil Jeff were gaining a following. Scoom's music was gaining traction. He was taking trips to LA to record songs and shoot videos, and he was even working with more established artists like YBC Duel and Skrilla. By May, Bloodhound Lil Jeff's name was buzzing in the city.
I ain't gonna bap to you, gang. I feel like motherfucking Duel ass is really on the same level as Scoom and them. Like, I feel like they always on the same level. That's why they really all start doing collabs and shit together on game, because they all like known wise, you feel me? I feel the same amount of people known Duel that known Scoom ass on game. That's what I personally think.
He did his first interview ever with DJ UTV, where he talked about his come up, rumors about him having 10 bodies and robbing people for watches. Him and Q50 also went viral for snorting perks on camera and acting like everything was normal. This clip in particular was everywhere, and even Meek Mill reacted to it on his.
I ain't gonna cap. Niggas be doing that shit, bro. Like sniffing perks and shit, that shit normal as hell. Normal as hell. I mean, first time I seen a nigga sniff a perk, boy, what the fuck is wrong with you, gang? Yo ass is a fucking tweaker. I'm like, bro, you know the next step is that coke gang. You over here sniff the next time. I'm gonna be keeping the buck with you. You at junkie status now. You playing with your nose and shit. And you remember when motherfucker we was in high school and shit, niggas. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna play with my nose. I ain't gonna never do no shit like that. Now niggas playing with their nose. I be telling my peoples, man, that's junkie shit. But that shit normal as hell. Lots of motherfuckers be sniffing perks and shit out there. It boosts the high.
Story.
Or get them higher, whatever
Following
the
this
fuck.
interview, Jeff went on a trip to LA where he found himself wrapped up in more controversy. The trip was to celebrate Vert's birthday. AMF Visuals, Lil Jeff's main cameraman, took Jeff, Vert, and Scoom to LA to record music and shoot videos. While in LA, the Bloodhounds were seen linking with established artists like Rico Reckless and G Herbo. They also linked with YBC Duel.
Dang, people don't ever talk about Rico Reckless ass no more, but Herb ass most definitely, you feel me? I ain't gonna cap. If motherfucking Jeff ass was alive, once he got that G Herbo feature, folks ass would have really been on. I ain't gonna cap to you, that G Herbo feature would have really put him on the map for sure. But you know, once a motherfucker passed away, it's like, damn, you feel me?
One of the biggest rappers in the new Philly wave, who Scoom already had a song with. But despite the purpose of the trip, Lil Jeff still managed to get into street shenanigans, allegedly robbing somebody and later getting chased through the mall by the man's homies. By this point, with all the controversy around his name, Lil Jeff was getting more attention than ever. In May, he dropped a new song called LAX. But despite all this new success, less than 2 weeks after dropping
That LAX is what really made me start fucking with Jeff. Once he dropped that LAX, I'm like, folks, low-key cool. Then I listened to some more shit, then I found that song Striker. Like, that shit decent too.
LAX, the news broke that Lil Jeff had lost his life in a crazy situation where the Bloodhounds had attempted to go on a drill, and in the process of chasing an op into a house, Lil Jeff had got caught by return fire from someone in the house. Following Lil Jeff's passing, he instantly got tons of new coverage. Basically, every hip-hop media outlet on YouTube was talking about him, and his situation was getting tons of publicity. He was getting King Von comparisons, and fans started glazing him in the way that they do every rapper that passes away. Lil Scoom was already buzzing before, but after Lil Jeff passed, he began getting even more attention. However, in July, just 1 month after Jeff passed, Scoom would also meet an early end after he was backdoored by a female in the rack.
That's why you can't trust these hoes. These hoes be going. They really be dumb too. Cause I heard that bitch motherfucking set him up. She didn't even get no money off that shit, bro. Her ass was broke as hell, asking for money to get to the airport to get away after she did that shit. It's like motherfuckers be doing shit just to do shit. That's why I be like, bro, you can't trust these hoes. They just be doing shit to do shit, man. I ain't gonna cap to you. They mess with a certain type of nigga, they just gonna do the shit just because they wanna impress the nigga or whatever the fuck they be going through their mind.
The same day Scoom passed, Fatso dropped the music video for his song Unusual Slander, where he had dissed Scoom. He would also end up going on live and trolling him. The passing of both Jeff and Scoom, so close to each other, would generate even more attention, shining a huge spotlight on the Bloodhound name, and as a result, Bloodhound Q50 saw his career taking off. A week after Scoom passed, Q50 dropped a song with all three of them on it, and it instantly went up. He followed this up with another big record called Splash Bros, but then at the end of July, he was arrested after he was caught with the switch. While Q50 was locked up, Traveler Ross dropped a 3-hour documentary on Bloodhound Lil Jeff, which, as usual, contained top-tier detective work breaking down all the allegations around his name. This documentary put even more eyes on the Bloodhounds and their crazy situation. Q50 was eventually released in early August, but just a month later, Traveler Ross dropped a 2-hour documentary on his.
I ain't gonna cap to you, man. And motherfuckers be thinking, oh, you gonna be locked up for a long ass time for a switch. I used to think that shit too, listening to the internet. But then I actually, start knowing lots of motherfuckers that got locked up with a switch and they ass back out on the streets. Like, you feel me? Like, that shit just normal as hell. Like, I thought that shit was fed, whatever the fuck, man, whatever the fuck motherfuckers said. Mandatory 10 to 15 years, this, that, no. Nah, man. Like, they will let your ass out with a switch gang. I ain't go cap to you. Like, when I hear motherfuckers get bumped with a switch, only thing I think about is like, damn, what's his ass on probation? Because if he was on probation, his ass gonna be in there. He gonna be in there. But if you don't got this your first time offense gang, they gonna let you out on the switch. Most likely. Dependent. 9 times out of 10, they gonna let you out on the switch though, bro. Like I seen it time and time again.
Alleged 8 bodies. Around the same time, Fatso dropped a song called Bougie Hoes that blew up, becoming arguably the biggest song of his career. At the end of the month, he dropped a mixtape titled A Reaper Ceremony, continuing the run that he was on. Late summer also saw the rise of Baby Chief, a younger rapper who popped up on the scene with huge songs like Snooze You Lose.
Yeah, we don't know where the fuck. Like, I ain't gonna cap to you, man. No one still don't know where folks came from. Like, he just came up out of nowhere. Sometimes when motherfuckers be like, oh, yeah, we been knew about folks before he went viral. I don't think nobody knew about folks till he went viral. Like you feel me? Like, motherfuckers in Chicago didn't know about him till the world damn near found out about him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, still to this day, motherfuckers still don't know where he came from for real. Motherfuckers that ask me, I'm like, I don't know. I ask some other motherfuckers, they be like, shit, I don't know. So shit, folks ask just shit. He here. He rapping though. He be going cool with that rapping shit though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And 6 times today. Other newer Chicago drill rappers like Fatso and Chucky were experimenting switching between the Chicago and Philly drill sounds, but Baby Chief made his name off rapping on beats similar to the OG 2012 to 2015 prime Chicago drill sound. By the end of the summer, the new Chicago drill movement was bigger than ever, and in September, a beef would pop off between Scrooly G and Billionaire Black, shining an even bigger spotlight.
Broke ass niggas ain't talking about shit. Always screwy this and screwy that. Tell them niggas get off my dick.
Scrooly G was a rapper from Gary, Indiana, a city 40 minutes away from Chicago. He started blowing up in late 2023 after dropping a video for a song called F the Ops that showed footage of his music video.
It honestly depends on where you at. Honestly, like, I could say you could get to Gary in like 30, damn near about 40 minutes. I ain't gonna bap to you. But it depends on what part, because certain areas you could get there around like 30, 35. I literally did it before. Like, look, I used to live in Gary, right? And I be trying to go get some shit from my old neighborhood and shit over east. So, it'd be a time limit because I'm trying to get food and shit. So, I'll be pushing that bitch though. If you pushing that bitch, you'll most definitely make it there in like 30 minutes. Depending on the traffic though. If it's traffic, man, you could probably try to ride on the side of the border and shit and get around and shit, but still, it really depends, man. But you could get there. It's not far at all. Like Hammond is more closer to Chicago than Gary. In East Chicago, Indiana. That's what's called East Chicago, Indiana. It's close to hell.
Video getting sprayed up and his crew returning fire. After this video blew up, he went on a crazy run through 2024, passing 1 million views on every song he dropped for months straight. He collaborated with Chicago rappers like Von Off 1700 and Big Op, and given the fact that his city was 40 minutes away, many considered him part of the new Chicago drill movement. In September, he previewed a song where he said if he caught an op trying to shop at the store, he would pop out on him and do him like Duck. He claimed this wasn't a diss, just a reference to the...
I mean, yeah, it is kind of like a reference. Like, you feel me? But I did watch the Billionaire Black video, and he said, for example, he said something, I don't know the exact words, but he basically said something on the lines of, If I said, oh yeah, I'ma do my op, have him holding his homie in his hand like Screwly brother, like Screwly had his homie or whatever, that shit would be taken as disrespectful, even though it's a reference, you feel me? Like, oh yeah, he referencing what he gonna do to the other people and he gonna have him doing, you feel me? But it's still disrespectful. Like if Screwly heard that shit, he nigga, why the fuck you feel me, saying that shit low key, slight disrespectful, you feel me? So that it is disrespectful, you feel me? But I can understand where he coming from as a rapper too, you feel me? It is just, you feel me, a lyric and shit. He probably like, oh yeah, that shit raw as hell, you feel me? But it is disrespectful though.
The Duck situation because Duck was shopping when his ops had got him, but FBG and their side weren't trying to hear it. Rappers like Billionaire Black, King Yella, and Swag Dinero were quick to react and blast him for dissing. Screwly took the song down, but then a couple weeks later, he dropped an official diss where he took shots at Billy, Yella, and Swag Dinero. He featured Bloodhound Q50, who decided to diss Tuka, one of FBG's fallen members. Billy had heard the preview and made a diss reply, so when the Screwly diss dropped, he released his an hour later, dissing him back. Then he dropped part 2 to diss Q50 and the Bloodhounds. Billionaire Black beefing on songs with Screwly G and Q50 was a full circle moment in drill because he and Duck beefing with Ide was the beginning of the back and forth dissing in drill. Other FBG members like Young and Dutchy also responded with disses of their own aimed at Screwly G and Q50. Screwly and Q50 didn't respond to any of the disses, and Q50 took to IG to act like he was now too gangster to rap beef and would handle things in the streets. This brings us to the present day. The new Chicago drill scene has everybody's attention. Unfortunately, by this point, we know how things end. A couple rappers will think they can stay in the city without any repercussions and it'll cost them their lives. A couple will crash out and get long sentences, and a select few smart ones will get out the city and use the opportunity.
Yeah, he basically just explained what the fuck gonna happen with these niggas. Like those really the only options. Lots of motherfuckers just get so comfortable in the city, man. It's just like how motherfuckers look at Chicago. Us Chicago motherfuckers don't look at it like that. We gonna go outside. We gonna cool. We don't look at it how y'all look at it. You feel me? But at the same time, though, you will get your ass popped thinking shit. You feel me? Like you the most untouchable nigga. You feel me? But that's anywhere though. That's why lots of niggas die in their hometown and shit. You feel me? Just because, you know. But I feel like it's more niggas hate you more in your hometown. Like if you move out of state, niggas don't know your ass to hate you. You feel me? If they hate you, it's just off some shit they damn near heard. Like when you inside your hometown, niggas hate you for some personal shit, gang. And that personal shit, what really, you feel me, gets you killed and shit. You out of state, you don't gotta worry about that shit as much. You will still get your ass popped out of state though too, but you know you will less likely get popped when you out of state. But if you watch this video all the way through, I know your ass fucking with another motherfucking video. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any content like this, and go watch another fucking video. Go.